January 23rd, 2024. Chris Ruffolo on his way to Vegas. So we have Costi supposed to be joining us. He wants us to sit around and wait while he changes to his set and all this other stuff. We don't do that. No, let's hang out. We'll just talk about him behind his back until he gets here, then act like nothing happened. It's how we do things. But yeah, it was an interesting day yesterday. I don't know, man. I only had 2 plays the whole day. I won one. I lost my college hoops. I had Kansas that Costi liked. And then I had Cavaliers against the Magic, just fading Wayne. Just here to fade Wayne's got him. Just fading his ass.
Yeah. I had 2 plays yesterday too. I was 0-2. I had the Magic.
Wayne
Yeah,
got Wayne hype up that Wendell Carter to you.
I had the Waynes, and then I had my favorite team, the Mavs. I was in attendance for the game against the Celtics. I was right behind the basket. I'm waiting for the replay to drop on the NBA app so I can go back. I know I was on TV. I know I was. Like, I was holding the Chick-fil-A sign. You know how they be holding the Chick-fil-A sign behind the basket for the miss? I was doing that. It was so I know I got some good clips. I just got to wait for them to drop the replay. But it was fun experience. Celtics, they're really fucking good. Luka and the Mavs, they just had some tough stretches in that game is all it was. And that's what it comes down to in the NBA. You know, it's a game of runs. But overall, bounce back day to day. Fun experience. And just ready to make some money.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I just thought like yesterday's card was I just couldn't get there. But I think all the picks that I gave out on the show all won except for the Mavericks. I know that the Pistons won. You know, we faded the Hawks. Costi decides to show up. Let's see if we can get him on the show. There he is.
What's up, guys?
Nothing. We're just talking about you. All good things.
That's cool.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I didn't get a single text to go, Kansas sucks.
I was sleeping. That's why.
Ruffolo laughed me off the show. I felt dirty after the show. Felt dirty.
Did you take the Bucks again yesterday? Is that what happened?
No. I was on the Pistons.
Change teams?
I told you I didn't want to disappoint you again. I said it.
It's Pistons, man. They're cover machine.
They are.
The Pistons and the Spurs putting it together. We got no Chris Ruffolo today. He's in Vegas on his way.
That's right.
My Vegas flight out for March Madness got switched. I'm stuck in the Dallas airport. Same time as Jay's flight. We're not on the same flight, but we're on the exact same time, exact same airport. So I'll be there for 3 hours or so. So we'll be hanging out in the Centurion Lounge together.
That's exciting.
Yep. Got the lounge access. I think it's like if you spend like a certain amount per year, you can bring like up to 5 guests at a time. So I think I could bring 10.
So what are the perks in the lounge?
Well, outside of the massages with the happy ending, they have a full open bar. They have you have a shower if like you're really changing over like from a long flight. They have showers. They have a full buffet of from top end chefs. So it's not just like a crappy buffet or whatever. Full top end, whatever. They have mochaccino, cappuccino, all that kind of stuff, desserts, everything, pretty much everything.
That's awesome.
And also we don't have to sit with people like you. We kind of can just be in our own place. I've like had flights delayed. I've slept in there, slept whatever.
It's awesome.
We don't have to hang out with the general public.
Yeah.
Just other people that have American Express Platinum, which is about half the free world. And their kids. What I found about the lounges, the airport lounges, the earlier you get there in the day, the better experience it is. Less people. The worst is when you're there when it's bad weather and everyone's delayed and things just packed. But yeah, I'm a wimp of flying, man. I am the flying wimp. Everyone knows that. My flight got changed and canceled, so I just reconfigured the whole trip. Everyone knows that, I'm a badass. I could fly coach if I need to, man. I'm a tough guy. I don't I don't prefer it, but it's happened. People think, oh man, you're a wimp. It's like, no, man, I fly coach. Once in a blue moon, if they have no first class.
It's all right. We'll see what happens next week. I'll give you won't preview anything right now of what's going to happen. Got to wait for Sunday to happen first. Can't speak about any of these things.
We will not speak.
Preview. It doesn't partake in me buying a plane ticket. Just saying, whatever that means. I don't have to buy a ticket.
Travis Kelce plus 8,500 to win the Super Bowl MVP. I saw that bet on Facebook. One of my Facebook friends put it out there.
Mitch, I should start sending you these memes that I'm getting. So Baltimore is known for, I don't know, did you ever watch The Wire back in the day?
Nope.
Jay probably hasn't. He's too young. But it's like, there's like certain drug spots and corner. It was all about that. So they have all these memes of like Taylor Swift visiting the Squeegee Boys and like freaking out, taking a picture in front of Park Heights, which is like a known bad area in Baltimore. It's really good. A lot of the content you would really enjoy because it's trashing Taylor Swift. It's great.
Thanks. Good story, Costi. We appreciate it.
I'm just saying. I was just giving you. I think you would enjoy it.
Story. That was just a great.
I think you would enjoy it. You need to see the visual. I
really like that. Hey, Carrie, can you make some popcorn? Costi's telling stories.
Too early for that. How about a croissant? Croissant.
My French guy.
He's the best.
He is the best. Baguette?
Jay, you get home last night? You got home late?
Yeah, I did actually. Disappointing. Lost. But happens. Back at it.
Happens. It's part of the game.
It was a good game.
If you play the game, the system works.
I did text you that Embiid. Did you see that video of Embiid walking by him and like measuring up to him, to Wemby, right before the game?
Oubre? I saw Oubre do it mid-game.
Well, Oubre was much shorter, but Embiid walked by and then it was pretty funny. It was
Embiid had 70 points.
Exactly. That's why I said on the show yesterday that he was gonna show, like, look, young buck, I'm still the man. They didn't get the cover.
He's not even top 10, this guy. What do you mean, I'm still the man? This guy's not even top 10.
It's the size and the hype. It's the size and the hype that's...
So, speaking of memes...
How tall was Darko?
Here's the thing. I saw something hilarious yesterday. They said Embiid is the Dak Prescott of the NBA.
That's fair. Yeah. But Dak Prescott's not that good in general. Embiid is the GOAT in the regular season.
Whatever.
No, I like Dak. I like Dak.
Who invited you to this show?
3 straight 12-win seasons.
I don't know. I think Carrie invited me.
Statistically, was the best quarterback this season, and he was.
Costi reminds us why Ruffolo's on the show. Every time he's on.
I mean, I took Ruffolo's spot, so I have to be.
Yeah, not only because he's not here.
I know. I was watching the recap from yesterday. Just
We'll be doing the show live from the Peppermill Diner with Ruffolo Jay's buying us all some pancakes.
Yes, I am.
It's gonna be the $800 breakfast from hell.
Hashtag we coming, man. Shout out to Buffaloes for that.
Ruffalo's on his way to Vegas. It's on his way. He's going to Vegas. Anyways, we got a decent schedule today. It's not bad. College hoops, definitely a lot more to meat on the bone. And the NBA, well, NBA just never seems to have a bad night these days, right? It's rare. It's like, oh man, this crappy matchup. I mean, there's crappy matchups. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's there. I gotta just type in my timestamps. People digging on the timestamps. All right. Let's get it on. We got the Pacers and the Chicken Nuggets. This one's in Indy. The Halliburton's getting 4.5. I don't know. They haven't won a game since they got Siakam. Costi, you're in the Ruffolo seat. That means you're first.
This is a tough one. I'm still leaning Denver. It's going to take time for them to figure it out. And it's not going to be tonight. I know Denver's been terrible on the road. I know Jay's going to hate me for this. I'm not betting this game. I think this is 100% a 50-50 game. But I'm going to lead Denver.
Thing is, there's no Halliburton. Halliburton's out. He's out for like the next 3 games. And I'm not sure the line is reflective of that because there's some conflicting reports out there. Like most places you look, they still got Halliburton listed game time decision, although I know the official report, he's out for a couple games. So here's my thought process here. Wait it out. If you like the Pacers, wait it out. It's going to be one we're just going to have to wait later on in the day. We probably can get 6 or 7 later today. I really believe so. And then I like the Pacers. But just handicapping the game, even without Tyrese Halliburton, I think the Pacers have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. I love the classic bounce back spot at the crib, and also on top of it, it's a revenge spot. The Nuggets just beat the Pacers in Denver the other day, a couple days ago. Bounce back spot at home, revenge spot. I know they haven't been playing well, but that's why it's a bounce back spot. So I think they come home and look good. Probably can get a better number later, but even here at this number, I think Pacers is worth a shot.
Ron is on Wednesdays on the morning show. Got to tune in on Wednesday if you want Ron. It's his day. I like the Halliburtons or the Halliburton list, whatever way you want to call them. I just think with the points at home is the way to go. Denver is a good road team as far as wins, but 8-15 against the number. That means you got about a 33% shot here against a team that hits 75% of the time or 60% of the time plus at home. I'm going to take the Pacers. We got the Metropolitans up against the Knickerbockers. Jay, this one at Barclays Center. I mean, I know we love the Nets early this season, but man, it is tough love at this point.
Yes, they are the gift that keeps on giving recently, man. They have been a falling knife. The Knicks are really hot, playing really well right now. But same thing, similar to what I said last game. Bounce back, revenge spot at home. I got to be there. I'm taking the Nets here. The Knicks blew the doors off the Nets the last game they played, 121-102. I just think the Nets probably show up, and I think they have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. I love betting teams coming back home. That's typically where they bounce back at, and with revenge on top of that extra motivation, I'll take the Nets here, plus the points and probably money line. Battle of New York.
I think Mitch, you're up.
Yep. I'm taking the Knicks, man. I just can't go near the Nets. They stink. And normally when teams put it together coming back home, it takes them a game. This is like a battle in New York, so it's the little brother trying to punch the big brother in the mouth. I don't think that's going to happen. I like the Knicks, and who love beating the winnable games. Costi.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks here. I think since the trade, they've clearly figured it out. They've won. They're 8-2 in their last 10, and they're covering as well. So this is basically a home game. So it's not like they're going on the road after their homestand. I know 5 is a little tricky number in the NBA because it could easily be a cover for Brooklyn if it's a relatively close game. But I'm with the Knicks train right now. I've been on it for a week or 2 weeks now, and they've been getting the job done. So don't love this one either, but I'm definitely leaning the Knicks. So give me the Knicks -5.
All right. Next up. It's a good story, Costa. You're storyteller. We got the Pelicans up against the Jazz hands. Normally I've been the guy that's been saying, well, the Jazz are good at home and good on the road and all that other stuff, and they're just playing good. But I just think this is one of those games that just has that feeling to it, And I said this in my video about the game. It just has that feeling that it's like I could see the Pelicans throwing them down a double-digit win here. I don't know. I like the Jazz a lot this season. We've won a lot of money on them, but including last time out. But I don't like them here. I'm going to go with the Pelicans.
I'm on the Jazz. I know they've been playing much better at home, but still taking them on the road. They've been playing much better than the Pelicans of late. Pelicans are very finicky. Certain nights they have really good play, and then certain nights they lose outright. And I do believe the Pelicans will win this game, but I like the 6.5 in my back pocket. So another one that I don't fall in love with the board today. But
sounded like you said sometimes they win and sometimes they lose.
The Pelicans.
Yeah.
Like back to back to back. Every other game.
Well, it can't be every other game because they had a winning record. 25.
No, of late. You can't look at October, November record based on what you're seeing of late. NBA is day to day. You have to feel the vibe and the flow of these teams of how they're playing night to night. And they win a game, then they lose outright. It's not even the covering part. So I don't know what's going on.
I think you also have to understand who they are in the entire body of work. Because who you are is who you are. Just because you went through a certain span of playing a little better doesn't mean you aren't the same team that you were earlier in the season. You just had a few corrections. You know what I mean? You're still
you could get back there, but the flow of the day-to-day of the NBA is so important to follow it consistently, because otherwise, just looking at it blindly from a spread standpoint, if you don't do your research and you're not like dialed in every day, it could be very difficult. I don't. Again,
what do you think we're doing over here?
Well, I'm talking to the fans. I am a storyteller.
But our audience, man, they all watch the games, man. These are our people. These are our Pick Dogs family. People that watch this show, I think, watch the games, man.
That's true, yeah.
And they watch the NBA. Show. I think if they are. I think other people that come to the site and do stuff, I'm not saying every single person does. I think the people that watch the show, because these guys, man, they can be pretty mean sometimes.
I'm getting a lot of love in the comments, Mitch. Maybe the things that I say, preaching is part of it. I'm there to be. I'm one with the Pick Dogs family. Yeah. I take the calls. I talk to them.
You're foolish.
They love you guys. I mean, I've never in my life gotten so many compliments about Jay.
Don't try to butter me up. Don't try to butter me up. You're foolish and lack vision. The play here is the Pelicans. We're laying the points here in this spot. We're finna blow the doors off of the Jazz. The Jazz, they're not a hard team to figure out. They've been the same team they are all season. Don't get caught up in this little recent coverage streak that they've been on. At home, money-making machine. Second best ATS team in basketball at home behind the Thunder Brothers. On the road, fade. Yes, they covered in their last road game against the Houston Rockets. But that was Sengun's fault. He missed 2 free throws with 3 seconds left on the clock for the cover. I mean, you know what I mean? Here, bounce back spot at home for New Orleans off the bad loss to the Suns. They're going to blow the doors off the Jazz. The Jazz, how many losses they got on the road this season? How many?
16.
16, 10 of them, I want to say they were beaten by 15 plus.
They're still 11 and 12 on the road against the spread, though. So it's not, 6.5 is a lot of points in the NBA. I can make an argument for the Pelicans
Here's
as
my
well.
argument, though. The thing is I understand they're 11 and 12 against the number, but the question is if they're going to cover and if they're not. They have the capacity to get blown out, is what I'm saying. They can and will get as blown out. So the number at 6.5 doesn't really scare me. Like 6.5, 3.5, 2.5, I really wouldn't care on the Pelicans, is what I'm saying, because I know the Jazz have the tendency to lose by 20. You feel me? So.
Well, in January 5th, they got blown out by Boston, which we all know that Boston is incredible at home. But then they went to Philly and won.
Except when they're playing the Nuggets. Except when they're playing the Nuggets.
Philly, they won. I think that game, no Embiid. At Milwaukee. So of late, they have been playing better on the road, and they lost by 1 at Houston. So, again, of late, they've been a great home team. I think they've elevated their game. And I do think they're much better of late, and 6.5 is a lot of points.
Fair. I'll be having to spice it up a little bit,
Costi won't be back on the show anytime soon. God,
never saying one nice thing about. I sent you a text last night, Mitch. I said, "Look, this guy says thank you, Jay, for your knowledge." The guy.
Well, I'm not Jay.
I know, but I sent it to you. I sent it to you first.
You should see my email. You see my email. Answer my email for it. Mm-hmm.
You inspire people, Jay. That's what I get.
I woke up on the wrong side of bed when I had a troll get to me this morning, Costa. He got me.
The what?
One of the trolls got to me this morning. Yeah, I usually don't let him get to me, but he got me this morning on Twitter. This is a guy on Twitter, Costa. His profile name is Fade the fuck out of J. Fade TF out of J. And his whole page is nothing but just commenting when I lose.
If he would fade your all access pass, he'd be negative 112.
Oh no! These guys, they will not acknowledge a win happens.
I know. I'm just saying. I like to put it out there live on video in case he's watching.
I asked Jay, I'm like, I told Jay, I'm like, it can't be Mitch Hater, Mitch H the number 8 ER, Mitch Hater 2, or Mitch is my bitch, because those are all taken. Those have been taken for like 15 years already, man. Mitch is my bitch was taken like 15 years ago. They don't even let you reuse, Twitter names, but those are all taken.
That's so good.
So yeah, it was funny. He got me though.
Sorry.
I say he got me because I responded. I responded to him. That's why I say he got me.
Right.
That's why.
People always say, "Oh, you shouldn't respond to these people, man." Give it a shot sometime. Give it a shot sometime. Take your whole life, dedicate it to doing this stuff. Do it even on your worst day when most people, if you had a regular job, would call in sick, right? Do it. Leave it all out on the table. Put everything, man, into it, and have all this stuff out there for free, and sit there and let some scumbags hammer you. Give it a shot. Why do you think nobody lasts at this stuff? Why do you think I'm the dinosaur in this industry? Because I just fire back, man. I'm the heel. Everyone knows.
My favorite tool in my toolbox is when I get a nasty message, I just give the number to Eric. And then they have to be on the phone with Eric for an hour. It's like Saturday morning. It ruined their entire month. I just sit there and I'm like, this guy must be like, why did I even text this guy today? Just hammering him. It's great. Man. Been doing that for a decade.
Stuck on the phone with Pathy could really do it.
Oh my God. He's the Tim Tebow of the sports world.
I gotta call Pathy, man. He ain't been on the weekend show in a couple weeks, so I kind of need the filibuster.
Well, we'll get him in.
Someone put an interesting one on my Facebook about this. What was it? Tony Soprano said, forget. Something like the guys in the old country, they never get mad about some jerk. They just know, we'll get even with them later or something. They just remember it for later or something. Anyways, gotta find it.
So just to put it out to the public, I found the wife the tickets for Sunday, I mean. But now it's supposed to rain. So now she's going, can you try to get different tickets that were undercover? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's not like a regular game. It's an AFC championship. Can we go undercover? Never good enough. Don't get married, Jay.
Wow. Tell your wife you said that.
You will not.
I'm gonna send
Will
her.
not. I'll have Eric call you.
We'll clip it and send it to her. Make a clip out of it. Clip it.
I like that. Will G said, get her a Swifty poncho. Absolutely not. No.
Oh.
I wish I had that no button.
Wow.
We got the what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Portland, OKC.
I was going to say something else.
Yeah, Jay doesn't care about that.
Jay's only, he's literally still fighting with the troll. I could feel the energy.
Anyways, we got the Blazers at the Thunder. Jay will come. He'll remember. Who's up? I think are we back? Yeah, full circle. We're back to you, Costi.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't even say.
Thunder buddies at home.
All right.
Not giving a sexy pick here. Just going with the blowout. I know the Blazers have been covering of late, but I'm not doing it. Thunder buddies for life. I learned my lesson a week ago.
Thunder buddies for life for me too. They've 134-91 and 139-77 are the scores between these two teams this season.
That was the famous minus 56 Scoot game.
Rewind that back. 139-77. What is that? A 60-point margin of victory? Oh my God. And 134-91. Oh my God.
It's the only game where you'll see it go to the under and one team scores 139 points. They still went under.
You will not. Am I nervous a little bit about the Blazers trying to give their best game in this one because they got blown out in back-to-back? Yes, but you will not catch me there. No way in hell. It's Thunder buddies for life.
Thunder for me. All day and twice on Tuesday. I know a lot of people on the Blazers in this one. All the sharp chasers are on the Blazers. I don't even have to look. I could tell you who's on them. Honestly, have not even looked. I already know the sharp chasers are on the Blazers. You know why? It is a typical sharp chaser pick. It is. Wow. Okay. Got the Clippers and the Lakers.
Battle of LA.
Battle of LA. Lakers won the last one. Clippers on the revenge spot. Jay, it's you. You love to fade the Clippers.
Love to fade the Clippers, but LeBron, GOAT, James, the best basketball player to ever touch the basketball, will not be playing tonight. Um, so it's in the hands of Anthony Day to Day Davis, who is day to day, of course. I expect him to play. Double revenge spot at the crib, though, for the Clippers, who have lost back to back games to the Lakers this season, which is kind of crazy because the Clippers always beat the Lakers. They always do. They got that little brother syndrome. Um, so they usually always win, but the Lakers will come out and win both. I ain't laying no damn 9.5, 8.5 with the Clippers. I don't care. I'm fading their ass. I'm taking the Lake Show. Come on, Anthony Davis. Hoop, bro. Hoop. Anthony Davis. He's supposed to be a top 5 player in the league. Supposed to be top 5. You be playing like a little girl sometimes. Hoop tonight, bro. We need you. Let's go, Lake Show.
I'm all about hope, but I'm not hopeful for the Lakers in this one. I think, the Lakers have been a team that in these type of games, it's like when they want to turn it on, they turn it on. It has nothing to do with the quality of opponent. But it's like against the Thunder, against the Clippers, it's like they just turn it on and they're able to do it. But not without LeBron, because really without him, they don't have anything. They got nothing. I'm not putting my hard-earned money on Anthony Davis to carry them against the Clippers, who are stacked. Costi?
Sexy pick. Give me the over. Over. Listen, AD, this is a type of game where there's going to be not a lot of defense played. Anthony Davis has potential to go off.
Okay. Get back to your total pick.
Not taking the Clippers laying 9. You never know what AD is going to bring. He could bring a standout game and drop 30 and 15, and they cover the 9. But I can't trust it without LeBron, so I'm not betting this game. But leaning definitely take the over. Not a lot of defense played, a lot of points scored.
Well, thanks for keeping it exciting. We'll move on to the college hoop schedule.
I only gave one pick, one sexy pick. That's it. Just one.
How many did Jay and I make combined?
We were not done yet.
I'll take the under. Got the Georgetown versus Butler, LaSalle versus Dayton, Duquesne versus St. Bonaventure, UMass gives me gas up against St. Joe's, VCU Loyola Chicago, South Carolina, the Cox up against Kentucky, Louisville versus Duke, Georgia Tech versus Pitt, Syracuse FSU, UCF West Virginia, Oklahoma versus Texas, Minnesota Wisconsin for the Axe, Nebraska Ohio State, Buffalo Ball State, Bowling Green Kent State, Central Mich Miami. There's a lot of 7 o'clockers. I believe that Akron Ohio game is a rematch. Western Mich versus Eastern Mich, directional Michigan game. Charlotte versus UAB, Illinois State Belmont, Northern we'll stop there. Costi, anything on that schedule?
What did you to what time slot did you do?
7 Eastern.
I'm going to take a very contrarian play here. Team that's been terrible at home. Why are they only getting 1.5 points? Give me Buffalo to get their second win at home this year. They've never covered at home. Why is a team that's 9-9? It's only 1.5 points. That's the only one I like in that slot. Everything else I like is late.
Jay, wide open for you.
I'm taking, of course, I'm taking Oklahoma. of course. They're going to blow the doors off of Texas. Texas is just not that good this year. Oklahoma, they are. We at home. We going to ball on Texas today. Oklahoma's my honorary pick. I picked them this year, early this season. Before the season started, that's the team I was rocking with college hoops. So I got
Final
Oklahoma.
14?
Huh?
Final
Yeah,
14?
I think so. I really do. I said that then. Staying consistent with it. I think so.
Oklahoma could be a Final Four team this year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
I agree.
So I said that then. I'm gonna stick with it. But I think at home today they beat up on Texas. So I'm gonna take Oklahoma in that one. I'm going to take.
I bet I could figure this one out.
Where'd we go up to?
Come on,
7
you know.
Eastern.
That's next spot. Let's go with UCF at home over West Virginia. I've been zoned in college hoops on the Big 12, and Big 12 home teams is kind of where I've been making some money this season. That number's pretty high, but I think it's pretty high for a reason. Should be a double-digit win there for UCF. Those are the two I like in this slot.
I got a lot of premium picks in this time slot, so I'm going to dance around those because there's enough games here that I can. Number one, right out of the gate, Georgetown plus the points versus Butler. I mean, Big East, road game, all that stuff, and only a 3.5-point spread. Gift, Georgetown. Number two, I like South Carolina money line against Kentucky. Storm the court game there in Columbia. South Carolina has not made the NCAA tournament since they made the Final Four with Sindarius Thornwell when Frank Martin was the coach. And I like South Carolina to beat Kentucky in this one. I think, if they play in the neutral court or any of those other things, Kentucky will wipe the floor with them. But I think this is South Carolina's day. I think they're going to take down Kentucky at home in that one, SEC battle. I like Duke to beat the dog shit out of Louisville in that one. Duke coming off of a home loss against Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
They're mad. They're going to be mad. And I like Wisconsin on the road against Minnesota, too. I think Minnesota is definitely an improved team, but the Badgers are another team that could be a Final Four team, at least an Elite Eight type team, depending on what their draw looks like and what bracket they get into. But they're playing really, really well. When you look at their losses, they're all against really, really good teams. Minnesota is good. They're improving, but they're not there yet. So I'm going to take Wisconsin in that one. Good slate, man. Solid slate of games. I got 5 or 6 premiums out there today. College hoops. Northern Iowa against Evansville. Illinois State versus Belmont. Northern Illinois versus Holy Toledo. Creighton versus Xavier. San Diego State versus Wyoming. The Cowboys. Vaqueros is Cowboys in Spanish. I never even knew that. Texas Rio Grande Valley. Texas A&M versus Missouri. Portland versus San Diego. Purdue versus Michigan. State. Virginia Tech versus BC. Oklahoma State versus TCU. BYU against Houston. Fresno versus Boise. And UNLV versus Air Force. Costa, you know that chair? Michigan State.
Michigan.
Michigan State. It's easy. The other version is this. The real version is this one. Michigan State. Yeah. That's the wind is coming from Kansas City.
No wind this weekend. Rain. 48, 45.
Rain will fall from the sky.
Yeah.
The rain will fall from. Jay, anything in this slot for you?
Yeah, give me Creighton at the crib. Give me the Blue Jays, man, over Xavier. Xavier's decent, but they're going to get their doors blown off. They did beat Providence on the road in their last one, and they hang tough with Villanova, but this should be the game where Creighton kind of just flexes their muscles a bit. They haven't done so recently, and I think today is the day they do. So I'm gonna take the Blue Jays in that one. Give me BYU at the crib money line over Houston. I think Houston takes an L today. I'm sticking with my Big 12 home teams, man. I am. I think I'm gonna be pretty good spot today. That line tells me everything I need to know as well. I think many people are just gonna look at 4 versus 21 and take Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think BYU shows up and possibly gets them boys. And this one I'm actually going to reverse. I'm not taking the home Big 12 team. I'm taking the road team. I'm taking TCU. Oklahoma State's the worst team in the Big 12. They suck. They're terrible.
They are the Vandy of the Big 12.
Yes, they're not a good team. So I'm going to take TCU in that one and lay the points with them boys on the road. And a small lean towards UNLV at the crib, laying points on Air Force.
Costi.
I like Virginia Tech in this spot. I mean, out of their 7 losses that they've had, 6 of them have been on the road. So they're a much better team at home. And Boston College is horrible. I mean, they're both equally in the middle of the pack.
They got the same record.
I know, but at home, Virginia Tech plays extremely well.
You know who they don't play extremely well at home against?
Is that
Boston College. Boston College has owned them. They haven't beat Boston College since 2019, pre-pandemic.
I get
Pre-pandemic, man. We didn't even know what COVID was back then.
We thought it was something that the Japanese and the Chinese were telling us.
You know what? Virginia Tech hasn't beat Boston College since we started Pick Dogs.
That's crazy.
It's always meant to be broken.
I mean, Sports Chat plays, yeah. Pick Dogs, no.
And give me Creighton here at the crib. They ball. Xavier's terrible on the road. Xavier just is not getting the recruits like they have of recent years.
Well, because Sean Miller hasn't worked the phone yet. The thing about Xavier is that my wife went to Xavier, and they sent out a thing asking for money for NIL.
That means you're not getting players.
I'm glad they know, though. That's the game we're in now. It's sad, but...
It is sad.
But...
The rich get richer.
I don't even know how they fix it at this point. There's no fixing it.
There is fixing it. And it's called pooled money. Jim Harbaugh even said this at Michigan. He's like, pooled money is the answer.
So there's a certain set of money that's available?
Yep. And it's pooled among the team. And it creates a bit almost like a salary cap structure. It's actually not a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
It's that's going to be hard to.
Right. Well, pay for play has happened forever. I mean, It's always been very, very hard to police, even though you have college athletes. I mean, LeBron James drove a Hummer in high school. You know, it's not like his parents were wealthy. You know, it's like this has been happening forever. You know, but we paid players. We admit it. You know, we paid. We had hit pools. Right, we did everything. It's like we knocked out 14 quarterbacks in one season. It's like, yeah, we had hit pools. That's why.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be really hard to regulate. It'll be
easier to regulate than what they have now.
You think so?
Yeah.
So let's play the hypothetical. Each school you get $5 million to spend. Then I don't know.
I think if they did it equal across the board, man. I think that's what Harbaugh is saying, is that should be equal among all players.
Okay, so I get that point. So Ohio State shouldn't be able to have $20 million to spend while
Ohio State would still have $20 million to spend, but it would be equally dispersed among all players on the team. So, like, the kicker would be making the same as the star receiver.
I don't know.
I don't think that will work.
I don't know about that. It got to be. I think it has to be kind of like the NFL, where they're gonna have to regulate. Each team has $20 million to spend, and you got to disperse it.
Well, where do you come up with the number? Where do you come up with? How does the number
And
come up?
see that's what I'm saying. Why I
See, in
think
the
it's tough.
NFL, it's like you could
How do you
track the
tell Ohio
revenue
State
streams.
You have $20 million to spend, and Nebraska has $20 million
See,
to spend.
Costy's a Ravens fan, but if he was a multi billionaire, he wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna take $60 million, give it to Lamar so he can win." He wouldn't do it, man. But alumni from the University of Michigan sure as hell will do it, and so will they do it at Auburn, and they'll do it everywhere else, man. They have no problem doing it for their college team.
So you think?
Sure.
So you basically just saying everybody should have the same number to spend, or everybody on the team should have the same amount of money dispersed to them. Which one are you saying?
Both.
Both. Okay.
I think
Uniform
maybe
across the board?
conferences should have equal spending limits.
I mean, 2 years ago they were getting nothing, so it's like we gotta,
I get it. There has to be a balance. There has to be. And the only way we get there is having the tough conversation about
I mean,
it.
they're headed to a place where I'm telling you, the ones that have the most money are not the schools that you see that are prominent now. And that's what's going to flip it. Who has the most money?
I
Costi.
believe players 100% should be paid. But
Costi, what school has the most money?
the way it's going right now,
Texas
it's out of
A&M.
control.
Nope.
Or
No, I already know. You know who has the most money?
Harvard.
Harvard. Yeah, it's Harvard.
Harvard has the most money.
Harvard has more money
well,
than,
right, but
than
they
the
don't.
US
They're never
government.
going to attract the talent because they don't play in a pretty conference.
Did you know that?
If believe me, if them and Yale start paying out the big money, they're going to attract the talent, man.
Harvard used to have more money than the U.S. government. The U.S. government had to come in and tell them, hey.
Yeah,
This
these
can't
guys
allow this to
easily have the most. It's not even close.
We can't allow this to happen.
It's not even close. But there's other schools that have, that have
But
gigantic
the top
money.
recruit in the country is not going to go to Harvard to play against subpar competition, knowing he could possibly go to the NBA in a year, and he's not going to get recruited as such.
Then why would Hunter go to
Colorado.
he went to Jackson State. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
all know who
anymore.
he is.
Everyone knows
You
who
don't think that's coach related?
Here's who has the most money. Harvard, number 1. Yale is 2. Stanford is 3, who does have an athletic program. Princeton, MIT, who has no athletics. Penn, then Texas A&M, Notre Dame, who refuses to play the game, right? Notre Dame will not play the game. They will on a quarterback if he's coming from Wake Forest or Duke or somewhere that's academically there, right? Because Duke and Wake Forest, those are academically elite colleges. Then comes Michigan, Duke, Washington University in St. Louis, Emory, Vandy, Virginia, and Cornell. Those are the top 15.
I believe it.
8 of those are Ivy League. 10.
Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Penn.
If they wanted to, though, and said, hey, I'm going to go spend $1 million
Cornell.
Cornell, so 5.
5.
Five of the top 15. But MIT is not in the Ivy League, but they're in that ranks. Stanford is kind of academically there, and so is Duke. Is
If
academically
Cornell
there.
And Virginia.
outside the budget and
Virginia's not quite at the Duke level.
I think they
they're up. They're way up there, but they're not. It's like Duke is here. Duke is harder to get into than Harvard.
You think so? I'm saying.
It is. It is.
I'm saying what I said. Do you think if Cornell set aside the budget to go get the top players in the country, they could do it?
Yes.
And I believe so too.
Yes. Because most of these players, they'll you see how they flip flop all over the place. Right now,
yeah. And
right now there's an
I
investigation.
don't think the Ivy League schools care that much.
No, they don't care that much.
They don't care that much.
They don't care that much. That's what it really comes down to. They don't care that much unless, unless, something hits, they make a bad investment, they get into a Madoff type fund, and, they need the money.
But they also care more about those like alternate sports, like rowing, like the Ivy Leagues. Like they're more into that. We're the winners of the Ivy League.
Well,
and
my friend was the
rowing or
captain
stuff
of
like
the
that.
Harvard squash team, so he was not on scholarship. I'll tell you that much. He was the captain of the Harvard squash team.
Very impressive.
Yes. Hell of a squash player. Anyways, back to our games. I like Michigan against Purdue. I'm taking the points. I think this just sets up for that kind of spot. The Wolverines have been a doormat. They've been terrible all season. And I think this just sets up to be a spot where they just show up. I also like Wyoming plus the points against San Diego State. I think this is just way too many points. I like San Diego State to win the game. They're not a win by 16.5 team. They're not. I like Boston College against Virginia Tech because they own them. They actually own the Virginia Tech. They betted on the last game. They said, let's go a hat. They said, no, let's just bet the whole school. And they did. Now Boston College actually owns Virginia Tech. They actually do own it. I'm not as big on Creighton as you guys. I like Texas A&M against Mizzou. I don't have a lot of premiums in this slot. I like Boise against Fresno. Fresno's ass. They are ass. The thing is, a lot of Fresnoers on YouTube, so we try and keep it under wraps, but let's just say it. Let's just call it what it is.
UNLV, you rocking with them?
I like UNLV against Air Force, but this is the spot like where UNLV might not show up as good, but Fresno, man, we should go out to Vegas a week early for all the tournaments. It's awesome. I've been out there. I used to go 2 weeks for March Madness, and I would go to all these tournaments. Just get like an Airbnb or something, for a week or so. Get a car and go to like the Gonzaga tournament is there, the West Coast Conference, and then you got the Pac-12 tournament. And you got there's a couple of them now that are out there. There was always those two.
Always those two consistently, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You always see those Oregon players walking around with all this
Have you ever been to the Final Four, Mitch?
I've been to the Final Four many, many years ago.
I'd like to even check out. I've never been to a first round where you could sit for 4 games. That'd be pretty cool.
See,
I don't think they have it anymore. I think it's only 2.
It was here in Dallas not that long. I forgot. No, it was
they only have. Well, now they have it at gigantic stadiums.
Yeah, and we went. We were gonna go, but we didn't. But we went to like the little attraction, the Bracket Town thing. It was cool.
When I went to the Final Four, West Virginia was in it.
Where's the Final Four at this year?
I think it's 2010 was the West Virginia Final Four.
The year that I fell in love, that was the year I fell in love with college basketball. The year that it was here, and I think that was the Trey Burke year. That was the year that just turned me all the way up. Trey Burke at Michigan. Oh my God. Oh my God. He was going crazy. It's in Phoenix this year. That's where it's at. It's in Phoenix.
We can go. Probably get plenty of tickets available. 2010 Final Four. Lucas Oil Stadium.
It's in Phoenix this year, San Antonio next year, then Indy, then Detroit. San Antonio might be fun.
The team that won it was Duke. Second place was Butler.
That was
Hayward.
That was the Hayward Butler team.
Y'all's favorite.
It
Who
was
y'all's favorite college player?
Hayward.
It was Duke, Butler. It was Duke, Butler, Michigan State, West Virginia.
So it's funny. I just talked to a client that's been a client of yours for a long time, and he's been subscribing to our plays. He was on that West Virginia team, 2010, power
Nice.
forward.
They lost.
Pretty cool. They lost. Yeah.
That was the one where Gordon Hayward. I wasn't at the championship game. I was only at the Final Four, but it was the year that Gordon Hayward wrung the shot off the rim, and it bounced out.
What Duke team was that? Who was on that team?
I think it was John Shire. I'm pretty sure it was John Shire.
Seth Curry, the Plumlee brothers.
I'm pretty sure it was John Shire, man.
John Shire.
Yeah,
Yep.
John Shire. He was their guy.
He was their guy.
Yep.
Andre Dawkins, good point guard. Kyle Singler, he's pretty good.
Yep.
Seth Curry.
Yep. They had a good team.
They had a good team.
Back when Brad Stevens was coaching Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Thank the heavens. So, hey, I don't know. Did y'all see the Amazon deal they just did with Bally's? Did you see that?
Nope.
All right, so for a lot of us, kind of like in the South region, we had to deal with Bally Sports, which is like they just suck, bro. Because that's like the main provider for the Mavs and the Stars and even the Rangers games out here, and it just sucks. Like their app was terrible, but anyways, they just came to a deal with Amazon, and so now I think you can watch some of the games on Amazon. But now since the Mavs are out of that Bally's contract, now they're going to be on regular TV, bro. So like, I don't have to subscribe to Bally's, which is the only thing that I had to subscribe to it for. Now I can just watch it on regular TV, which is Channel 8. Now they just announced that right now. So thank God. The NBA has a streaming problem, and they have to fix it.
Well, you know, YouTube, just like YouTube has the NFL package, they have the basketball package.
YouTube? No, I don't. But I don't think it. You don't get every game like there's
You probably
blackout.
won't get a blackout game. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So for the Mavs is my home team, so I have the NBA package, but the games are always blacked
You're telling
out.
me on your local TV stations you can't watch the Mavericks?
There wasn't one because it was through Bally Sports. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's retarded. It was dumb, but now they finally fixed it. Finally. So now we're gonna be able to watch like the Rangers, the Stars, and the Mavs on regular TV now. Thank God. Whew. I know there's some guys that have other teams that were in that same predicament.
All right, parlay section. We're going to gloss over hockey because Ruffolo's not here. We don't have to pretend to be interested.
Ducks money line for the people that want it. Stars money line. And a shot on the Sharks. Quick, easy, simple. Parlay time.
I've been giving out bad hockey picks on purpose, man, because I work for Vegas. Just ask the YouTube comments.
That
Well,
Nuggets
it works for Vegas when Vegas doesn't even control the markets.
Whoa.
They're all independent.
Whoa.
All independent.
Wow. So that means we don't work for Vegas?
Nope. There's no such thing as Vegas.
What are you talking about, man?
There's no such thing. Can't work for FanDuel, which is separate from DraftKings. Everybody's got different lines, man. Every state.
What you got for a parlay, Costa?
All right. So even with the Halliburton news, the line only moved a point.
It's gonna
Now
grow.
5.5.
Costi, I just have, if that's the case, right?
Mhm.
You watching your screen on YouTube?
Yeah.
Explain to me how this happens. Okay.
That scares me.
Ron works.
Everything.
Ron works for Vegas.
Ron works for Vegas.
Yeah.
Not us.
Ron Romanelli. Works
He
for
looks
Vegas.
so happy to take your money. That's just a guy like.
It's Ron Romanelli.
Works for happy Vegas. To take your money.
Works for Vegas.
Damn. The Georgia Bulldog died today.
August 16.
Yeah, he died.
Did he have any puppies? They always procure puppies when this happens, because this has happened a few times.
A lot of times.
It says he began his ceremony and blah, blah, blah. He retired following the 2022 season.
Went out on top, man. He went out on top. It's all you can hope for.
Yeah, he passed today. Shout out Uga, man. 16.
Is it 16 or is it
10? I think it's 10.
10? My favorite Uga was the one that bit the Auburn player in the leg.
I remember that.
Yeah. He had him in the clenches, man. The guy's running. The dog's like stuck on his pants. The best.
All right, parlay time. I'm going to do two-teamer in the NBA, Nuggets, Knicks.
Ew.
Two-teamer. So lame.
I'm going to do the fade. I'm going to do the fade Costi. I'm going to do Pacers, Nets, and then we'll go to hockey and take the Ducks.
Yeah, I'm going with Boston College, Georgetown, and Pacers money line. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's been a great show. We kept it right around an hour, which is pretty damn good for us. We do the best we can. See what happens when you cut out hockey.
No Ruffolo filibuster all day. Oof.
Yeah. I like the Rod hockeys because he's got to say his pick about 6 to 7 times. I'm going to go with the under in this one. The under. To the under. So I'm going to take the under, and I'm be sticking with the under. It's a repeater. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. Jay, what are you selling today? Any picks?
NBA player of the day, man. Bounce back on it today. We dropped it last night with my Mavs. I know. Don't cook me too bad, guys. But we've hit 5 of our last 7.
Stop taking the Mavericks.
Yeah, we've hit 5 of our last 7. We're 16, 10, and 2 last 28, 41, 26, and 4 last 71. You guys can scoop that play up. Or you can draw my All Access Club up over 100 and something units for the season. It's insane. It's my rating system. So at the site, everybody knows every game is graded on a 1-game grading system. In the All Access Club, I can not do that. So the games that I personally have more money on than others, you're able to see that, and we can make a lot of money with that system. It's for the bigger bettors out there. You got to be able to handle the volume, but you can join there. And, of course, I still got the premium plays at the site.
Costi?
I got nothing. I got Jay. That's all I have in life. No, I'm just kidding.
For a good time, text Costi.
775-636-7674.
775.
When you text All Access, guys, you're texting me. It's just, I always send a picture back for confirmation of who you're talking to. You're not always happy seeing me, but it's okay. All Access. We're doing All Access for Big Al. All Access for Jay Briggs. Again, all rated models for bigger players that want to be more in tune with each of their cappers that are getting the rated models. Jay does half times. Al adds plays late in the day as well. And if you're just looking for the stuff that we personally procure here in the office in Baltimore, Maryland, Sharp Trading Plays and Dime Club, we've been roasting the books with tennis. Australian Open is heavy right now. Golf matchups on the weekend, as well as college basketball totals, included with NBA. So if you're looking to get coached, managed with an extreme and precise concierge service, this is for you. But again, please don't call unless you have a $10,000 bankroll or more. If you have something less, grab Mitch, grab Jay, tag them up together, and make some money daily. But if you're a bigger player, shoot me a text 775-636-7674.
Well, there's no Mitch All Access, but there is all Mitch all the time. I got a college basketball play, and I got an NBA. I got tons of other picks, so I think I might throw together some other packages. Do it Jovan style, just zip them all up in one big package. Couple big packages, get them out there. We'll be back tomorrow with Ron Romanelli. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow when Ron's here. Maybe Chris will be back, too. Live from Vegas. He's going to check in from his job.
Yeah,
He works for Vegas.